What do you want, lich breath? That's right. I said your breath smells like it came from a corpse controlled by a mage in a bottle. What of it? No, it wouldn't. You think like Mool and Godpa. I urge you, talk to them and see if that's a compliment. I will be chief someday. And by someday, I mean soon. Very soon. I could be chief of any stronghold if I wanted. And by that, I mean I don't. Not this one, anyway. You see, Mauhulak's got a bit of an ant problem. As in A-U-N-T. And his ant problem is my ant problem. Although not in the same way. Well, for one, I can't touch a hair on our precious chief's head without Bolar and Yatul decorating the walls with my entrails. No, I have my sights set on another stronghold. One with plenty of boon, and by boon I mean a dozen wives, one for each inch. And I know you don't need me to explain that part. Yeah, and if my mother was a goat, then you'd be kidding. But you're the only animal here, and those two aren't young, so there's no use thinking about it. Besides, I plan on having more than 2 wives, and that isn't something those 2 ogrims can ever accept. Didn't think it had to. Has to be the worst kept secret in this whole stronghold. Except, it is a secret. Because the miners are idiots and everyone else is in denial. A lot easier to believe in a curse than to doubt the ones you trust. All I'll say is this. As far as the ants are concerned, there are no females good enough for their nephew. And by good enough, I mean dead enough. Well, I could. But the weather isn't good for traveling. By that, I mean I'm afraid. Oh, wait. By Malakath, I wasn't supposed to tell you that. Go ahead. Laugh it up. Get it all out of your system before I punch it out of you. Our chief is a lonely weakling. Constantly reminiscing about his dead wives. His son, Dushnamub, works the forge all day and eats all night, yet somehow manages to excel at malnourishment. His daughter, Urog, is blind. By that I mean blind to the truth. Well, the miners, Mool and Godba, are from Largashbur. I hear their chief is even more pathetic than ours. But at least he has wives. And then there's Bolar and Yatul. Don't even want to know the sorts of things they're up to. And by that I mean you'll find out soon enough. But don't mistake my complaining for a lack of loyalty. Tribe comes first, and until I'm chief of my own stronghold, the sorry lot is my kin. Well, I suppose you think, given my impressive stature, that I'm afraid of something like ghosts, dragons, or sword-wielding ghost dragons. Nothing like that. It happened about a year ago, in some cave to the northwest. I was scouting for ore deposits, looking for a place to set up a new stronghold. My stronghold. I had a few mercs with me, just in case. You see, this cave was filled with them pasty white elves. By that I mean Falmer. So naturally, I charged on ahead. Some orcs follow to the death. I lead him to death. Don't look at me like that, you know what I mean. Really, because I almost saw the worms you call lips curl up into a smirk. What do you think? I didn't even need the mercs. I killed all them snow elves and the bugs they keep as pets. One of them did ring my bell pretty good before I gave his face an air hole, but I kept pushing on ahead. And that's when I found it. It was wall to wall of ore deposits, gleaming with untapped veins. Not iron or silver, but the good stuff. And by that, I mean orichalcum. There was just one problem. The place was flooded. I figured we needed to build some scaffolding, but I needed to know how deep the lake was. So I stripped off all my armor and dove in. It wasn't until then I noticed the lake didn't have a reflection. As it turns out, I wasn't diving in a lake. At least, no lake of water. It was a lake of fur. Skeevers. Yeah, when the mercs pulled me out, I'd lost it. And by that, I mean my courage. But it didn't hit me until later. They tell me they're going to take me to some tavern to celebrate near Solitude. Wouldn't even tell me the name. But I could tell by their snickers that something wasn't right. It wasn't until we got there that I saw the sign. It wasn't even a picture of a skeever, just the words. But I was petrified. It gets worse. I didn't even notice that some drunken lout had left his dinner on my boot. It made them sellswords real happy, though. I fired them. Not that it mattered. I could hear their laughter all the way back to Nozzlebar. That was over a year ago. I haven't left the stronghold since. Ah, no! Get it away from me!